Yes, it's New Year's Eve on the Games Playing Resort, the one night of the year I can shed my red coat garb and slip into something a bit more feminine. For even out here on the rig, the Panto spirit is alive and obviously kicking. Even Auntie Marisha has shed her penny for the first time since VE Day and returned to Mother Nature. You can actually see her up there on the gantry. Can we give her a little bit of a ripple? Can we give her a little bit of a wave, Auntie Marisha? I tell you, they don't make women like that anymore. So, for tonight's first challenge, let's go over to everybody's principal boy, the Gamesmaster.
Welcome to New Year's Eve on the Games Rig. I do hope my festive headpiece is to your liking. For tonight's first challenge, we venture out into the nether regions of our solar system, on to the Earth. The mission I've set aside is to complete the game's first level and reach Uranus without losing a spaceship. The avoidance of black holes is highly advisable. Best of luck.
Our challenger on this game is from the pastoral village of Homersfield, where he's been buffing up his helmet for weeks in anticipation. Please welcome David Finch. David, you're obviously a very confident young man from the way you leap down those stairs. Yeah. How are you getting on with this rather novel joystick?
Well, it's pretty tough, but hopefully my bangs will come in and I'll get to Uranus.
OK, David, if you'd like to take a seat, get your helmet in your hands and get ready to start. And helping me squeeze some more awful double entendres out of this subject is my own Prince Charming, Jeremy Dawdy from GameZone. Welcome, Jeremy.
How you doing, Dominic? Love the frog.
Thank you very much indeed. Now listen, Jeremy, any tips for our young competitor here?
Well, he's got to bang his helmet as quickly as possible. How like life, eh, Dominic? How like life?
I figured you'd say something like that. OK, so David has to get to Uranus, funnily enough. David, are you ready?
Yep.
Then off you go. So off goes David on his way to Uranus. At the bottom of the screen you can see a yellow energy bar. It goes down whenever any of the opposing ships hit him. It goes up when he manages to wipe out any of them. Very good start from David here. He hasn't lost any energy.
Certainly is, Dominic, certainly is. He's showing remarkable control of his helmet.
Exactly.
Quite remarkable.
I couldn't agree more. Just to remind you all again, what he has to do is just basically survive until the small mothership appears on the screen. Once he shoots that, he has won the challenge.
That's a smart bomb he's just detonated there, which gives him some of his energy back and also wipes out anything that's on the screen.
OK, that was the thing in the bottom right-hand corner here. Now, they seem to be attacking in waves here. You basically want to keep your helmets in a stiff, sort of straight position.
You certainly do. The stiffer the better, the straighter the better. You must look after your helmet at all costs.
He's going to have to start wiping out some of these. Now, I think we're going to see the mothership appearing very soon here.
Any second now.
Let's hopefully he's going to have enough energy left. His energy bar's going really low. Oh, no, he's got to wipe out something. The energy's getting even lower here.
It's all gone. It's all gone.
The helmet's been destroyed, which means David Finch's challenge is over. Well, David, bad luck, mate. You're having some problems with a helmet there.
Yeah, the bangs just won't come off and I couldn't get to Uranus, I'm sorry.
Sorry, no one's as disappointed as I am, David, I can assure you. Did you enjoy having a little play with it anyway?
Yeah, it's good fun, good game.
Thanks so much indeed. Another round of applause for David Finch. Well, all that talk about big bangs has made me feel quite vulnerable. So while I adjust my bloomers, let's take a look at this week's reviews. Last week we had a look at choppers. This week we stay in the air for flight sims. First up, rub your shiny helmets in unison with Tornado.
Tornado is an extremely sophisticated flight sim, but that's not surprising considering the plane is very, very up to date.
Further into the game, there is an element of strategy. You have to decide what your own goals are and what your own targets are going to be. I think this adds to a flight sim.
You'll probably find it quite difficult to get to grips with this unless you're really willing to persevere. But for hardened flight sim addicts, then this is a real winner.
Next up, get a huge horizontal rise with Harrier.
The first thing that strikes you about a Harrier are the graphics. They are so smooth and slick, they could give Dominic Diamond's hair a run for its money.
With Harrier's varying levels, from rookie to ace, if you haven't had much experience with flight simulators, this will ease you in.
I would say that Harrier is the best flight sim available yet, which deals with amphibious aviation. For me, it's a winner.
Finally, take on human opposition over the telephone lines with the aid of Air Warrior.
The sound and graphics are nothing to write home about. But this is more than outweighed by the fact that everyone you encounter in the game is a real live person.
When all three teams are playing at the same time, it really does create a chaotic free-for-all. I really like that. You really get into it.
You have to fly and fight as real fighter pilots do, backing each other up. Otherwise, somebody's on your tail and you're history.
And finally, good news for those who've been waiting to join the Gamesmaster Club. It is now open for new members. We'll be telling you how you can join after the show. That was yet another brilliant batch of review games. Oh, yes, it was. While we milk some more mileage out of corny old panto gags, let's find out what this week's Celebrity Challenge is.
Welcome back. My second offering for the evening is an athletic encounter on Quest for Gold. The particular event I have selected is the 100-yard dash, and contestants will have one race each to record the fastest possible time. Don't jump the gun.
We wanted a couple of nippy celebrities for this challenge, and we've got two of the fastest men the world has ever seen. Britain's greatest ever hurdler, Colin Jackson, and Olympic golden boy, Linford Christie. Welcome, Colin. Welcome, Linford. All right, thank you very much. Now, first of all, when you were in the Olympics, guys, did you relax by playing video games?
We did actually. They had a big actual video, like little studio where you could go in and play a lot of little sporting games.
And what were your favourite games then? What were you playing?
I'm a Pac-Man fan. I'm into the Pac-Man.
What about you, Colin? Any particular favourites?
Anything that's competitive, me.
All right, well, it's certainly competitive tonight. Colin, we're doing the 100-metre sprint. You're still the Welsh record holder for that?
Yeah, I am at the moment. It stands at 10:29, but I will be looking for this man's British record.
10:29, Linford. Is that going to be easy for you to beat or difficult?
Yeah, I mean, I ran 29:10, so... Yeah, I'm going to stop calling that today, believe me.
In addition to you two, I'm afraid we've got some last-minute news. One of your, Linford, one of your great rivals has been flown especially over here. I think it's the first time you've met him since you won the Olympic gold. Please welcome Carl Lewis. Welcome, Carl. I know you know these gentlemen already.
How you doing?
Now, Carl, since he won the Olympic gold, Linford has been telling anyone who'll listen that he's the greatest 100 metres runner in the world. What have you got to say to that?
He's not.
All right, just before we carry on, my mother is a massive athletics fan, big fan of all three of you. Could you give her a quick wave in the camera 3 there? That's to Paula. All right, excellent. Helping me out in the commentary box is Stephen Apostate. Welcome, Stephen.
Thank you, Dominic.
Now, any tips for our 3 sprinters tonight?
Well, without wishing to be rude, it's all in the wrist, and they've got to go from left to right on the joystick without catching the diagonals. If they catch the diagonals, they're going to be in trouble.
Okay, so each player gets 1 go at the 100 metres. The fastest time wins the challenge. Carl Lewis is going first. Are you ready, Carl?
Yeah.
Best of luck. Off you go. Here goes Carl, about to start. And he's off. Carl's at the bottom of the screen here.
Lane 1. Came off those blocks very lethargically indeed.
But he's moving up the ground now a little bit. Right. At the bottom of the screen we can see a little white line and 3 blue ones. The white line's Carl, the 3 blue ones are his competitors. That lets you see how well he's doing. He's coming up towards the finish line. It's not a bad time. 14.3 for Carl Lewis. Round of applause for Carl. Here we see on the replay, Steve, it was a fairly slow start
Very
from the
slow.
blocks there. Quite a good first 10 metres though. He made up. He was in third place here. We thought he was going to take second.
He's staying with the opposition at this point, but he was quickly going to lose him. There we go.
That's right, yeah. He tired a bit. He started to flag a little bit.
Lack of stamina, I think, there, Dominic.
I think it was. He should have done a little bit more work on that. And here he comes through, 14.3. In fact, he was last in that one, but the time's not too bad, Steve.
No, not a bad time at all.
OK, let's see if Colin Jackson can beat it. Colin, are you ready?
I am indeed.
Then off you go.
On your mark, get set.
Here goes Colin, he's in lane two here. Oh, he's spinning up in the lead, Colin Jackson. Brilliant time indeed. At the side of the screen, you can see Colin speed us up to the red. This is an amazing time for Colin Jackson.
He's not even tiring.
Oh,
amazing.
Brilliant.
12
seconds dead for Colin Jackson. Round of applause for Colin. Here we see on the replay, Steve.
He wasn't
again
the
swept
quickest.
the blocks, but once he got into his stride, he strode ahead of everybody else. I tell you, they weren't even close to him. Left everybody trailing in his wake. Didn't tire at all. Lovely fluid steps, looking relaxed.
Very good.
12 seconds dead. It's going to be very tough for Linford to top that one.
I think so, seeing the training practices earlier.
OK, Linford, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
The best of luck. Off you go.
On your marks, get set.
Oh, he's on the blocks. That was a very bad start from Linford.
He's catching up. Here we go.
From the best part of his race.
He's burning up lane 3.
Much stronger final part of the race here. 9, 10. It's going to be very close to Colin Jackson's time here. Oh, 12.05. 5 hundredths of a second
You can't get much
outside of it. Which means that the winner of tonight's race is Colin Jackson. Now, Carl, you said you were going to whip these guys. Tell me what went wrong.
My hand slipped.
His hand slipped. Oh.
Never mind.
Right, now let's go on to Linford. Silver medal tonight there. I know you're not famed for your starts. That was what held you back tonight.
Well, definitely, you know, I was just going through cruising mode, but I think Colin cheated there somewhere along the line. There's no way he should beat me. I want him tested.
I think we might get Auntie Marisha to do a urine test on you later, Colin.
Well, I use the same joystick as everybody else. Just the skill and the speed.
You do know that you have won a special prize tonight. I hope it makes up for the Olympic. Obviously, it's a much bigger prize than the Olympic medal.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. Let's have a look.
Well, you can have a look indeed, Colin Jackson, because you go home tonight with Gamesmaster's Golden Joystick. Look at this, Colin. Much better than a gold medal. So let's have another round of applause for Carl Lewis, Colin Jackson, Linford Christie. While Auntie Marisha gives our sweaty challengers a more than hearty rub down, we'll go over to this week's consultation zone.
Hello, young scamp. Let me guess. You got a problem.
Yes, I have. I've heard there's a hidden room on the Adams family with loads of extra lives, but I can't find it anywhere. Can you tell me where it is, please?
As I'm feeling particularly magnanimous, yes. When you enter the hall, instead of entering any of the visible doors, walk to the left until you're standing directly below the door. Then press up to enter a secret room. However, this is only the first part of this hoard of goodies. Now jump onto the platform above the door and push up to discover even more extras.
Thanks a lot. That's great.
Let's hope you'll now be able to get a little further into the game. Next.
Hello, Gamesmaster.
Good Lord, what are you doing up here?
At the beginning of the London level of Dalek attack, I've heard there's an extra life and weapon to help me get started. Do you know where they are?
Impudent scamp. Run through the River Thames and climb to the top of the building you see on your far left. When you reach the top, leap as far to the right as you can. Platform steps will miraculously appear underneath you. If you take 7 more steps to the right and jump, another platform will appear. Keep jumping left and right until you leap across to catch the extra lives and bonuses. This will triple the power of your sonic screwdriver and make it easier for you to destroy the ogre guarding the prison door.
Thank you, Gamesmaster, oh venerable one.
My pleasure, young man. Send my regards to your relations. And who's last for the evening?
Hello, Gamesmaster. On Fall of the Foot Clan on the Game Boy, I keep dying. Is there a way to restore my energy?
Funny you should ask. Well, actually, there is. Pause the game, then press the following. Up, up, down, down, left, right, B, then A. Your energy should now be fully restored.
Thanks for that.
That's enough from tater-tates for one session. Bye for now.
3 more perplexed punters can gaze into 93 with somewhat happier eyes. Now, before we run out of time here, let's go over to Gamesmaster for the final challenge.
Back so soon? To sober us up well and truly before the evening's festivities, I've opted for a head-to-head bout of fisticuffs on Streets of Rage 2. The object is to inflict terminal damage on your opponent in a best-of-3 fight contest. The dirtiest tactics tend to pay the greatest dividends, so lots of below-the-belt action, please. Seconds out.
For this challenge, it's Shades of 1966 revisited. We have Sega European champion, German Wunderkind Reza Abdulali, and he'll be taking on British Sega champion, Carl Roberts. Welcome, Carl. All right, Reza, thank you very much indeed for coming over tonight. What's the most popular games in Germany just now?
For me, it's sports games. I like sports games very much, and I play this time hockey.
NHL PA hockey?
Yes.
Corking game. Well, listen, Reza, you're the #1 Sega player in Europe. You recently just pipped this young man, Carl Roberts, the British Sega champion.
All right.
Carl, was it a close match last time you met?
Well, it was only between 2 or 3 points he beat me by, so...
So should we, maybe we'll see a turn up here, will we?
Maybe. Both of us, you know, haven't played this game, and it could go anyway.
Okay, it should be a gripping contest. All right, Carl, if you'd like to sit on the right, Reza on the left, make room for my skirt first, and we'll get ready to start. And as I struggle up the stairs for the last time tonight, the only thing that keeps me going is the knowledge that Jim Douglas from the Gamesmaster magazine is here to help me. Welcome, Jim.
Hello, Dominic.
Now, Jim, we've got Axel and Blaze doing battle tonight. What can we expect to see from them?
I think it's going to be quite an even fight. Blaze has got the advantage in the air, but Axel's quite a lot stronger.
Okay, then, it looks like it'll be finally poised between Reza and Carl. What they've got to do is the best of 3 bouts. Whoever wins 2 bouts wins the joystick. Are you ready, boys? Then come out fighting. Axel is the blonde-haired hunk in the white top.
Axel's got the sabre, now, but he's wasted it.
That would have taken a lot of energy off.
It really would have hurt Blaze, but as it is, he's doing quite well.
Okay, so this is Axel, who's Reza, who is the European champion, who beat Carl on the last outing.
That's right, they've really got to watch this guy who's coming in through the window throwing the bomb.
On the left-hand side, yeah.
If they get hit by those, they lose a load of energy.
Okay, we can see the energy bars at the top of the screen. Axel's one's on the left, Blaze's on the right.
Oh, my word.
That was a lovely little... Oh, no,
yeah. Axel's getting his flaming fist in there.
Which means Blaze's energy, we can see, is nearly all red.
She really needs to come back.
It's sayonara Blaze. Now, how can she come back from this? She's being a bit more tenacious now.
Yeah, she is. She really she's just losing it now. She really needs to get some of those special moves going.
Oh, he got hit by a bomb there. Maybe he can move
exactly. That's half his energy gone. Now, Blaze really stands a good chance if she can pull this
lovely
move off.
little throw there. So we can see Axel's energy is falling as well.
If he gets hit by these bombs.
Blaze could actually steal this one. Brilliant comeback for Carl Roberts here in the first bout.
Oh, marvellous.
Oh, no, but Axel's got a back. Blaze is near the thing. And yes, the time's out. Player 1 wins. Which means that Axel wins the first one. So it's 1-0 to Reza. Here we go for the start of the second bout here. Brilliant start here from Blaze. Oh, but a flaming punch again from Axel. Oh, nice.
That was a good move. That was a good move.
Backward throw there. Nice little jabbing mid-air punch. from Blaze.
Blaze really needs to put together some combinations, otherwise she's just not going to make an impression here.
Oh, there, but she's doing all right though. That's Axel's energy down quite low. Good Carl Roberts, the wonder boy from the Welsh Valleys, pull this one out of the bag. Axel's energy is diminishing further. Oh no,
a knee to the face.
It's not terribly gentlemanly, but Axel gets it back there.
Now Axel's really low. I think another kick might finish him.
I think that must be it. I think yes. Carl Roberts pulls a level. It's one apiece. So here we go for the final bout.
They're both going for the weapons. Blaze, they've both got them.
Oh, but Blaze, that one. Oh no, he
neatly dodged by Blaze.
He's lost it. That's Raze's weapon gone. Blaze is holding on to hers.
Blaze can get a good blow in with that saber.
Oh no, he's punching again, but she's flipped over him. Axel will probably move it for the kill here. Raises his head down. Oh no! Oh, lovely little. Oh no!
What a combination! And Blaze is finished.
I think Blaze is down. Yes, he's done it just as Blaze looked as if she was getting it back. Reza pulls one out of the bag, which means that Reza Abdelali is the winner. Well, congratulations, Reza. A masterful display there. What was the difference between you? What was the secret of your success?
Oh, I don't know. There's no secret. Every time you must have much luck, and I think now I have the luck, and next time maybe Carl will have it.
Well, as well as luck, Reza, I think you've got a rather impressive pair of sideburns there. If you'd like to turn to the side there. Look at them, absolute corkers, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, well, Reza, as a result of your victory, you go home with the only European currency that never loses interest, the golden Gamesmaster joystick. So let's have another round of applause for Carl Roberts and Reza Abdelali. Well, the dinner gong signals the end of another show. Unfortunately, Auntie Mauritius had one cherry brandy miniature too many, so there's nothing on the menu tonight. But we're not going to let that dampen our ardour one little bit. We're about to have a swinging party here to see out 92. So before our guests explode in mirth and merriment, it just remains for me to wish you a very happy New Year, and we'll see you in 93. Good night. The Gamesmaster Club is open to all our viewers. It costs £11.15 for a year's membership. To find out more about what you can get, either send a large stamped addressed envelope to the Gamesmaster Club, PO Box 91, London E14 9GT. Or you can ring this number, 0891 600 123. Calls cost 48p a minute peak rate and 36p a minute at all other times. You must have permission from whoever pays the phone bill.